Welcome. Tap on the screen to give me a follow. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to Mary's Lifestyle TV. My name is Mary. It has been a long time. I've not been here. Um, I'm so happy to be here because I just need to have something which I want to talk about, and I call it fear is a torment. Fear is a torment. So if you know what that means, most people have gone through certain kind of fear in their life. There are different types of fear that people go through. Even some people waking up in the morning knowing that they're going to work, and especially when you're not really liking what you're doing, or maybe you're having one boss in the office that is becoming a torment in your life. Once you wake up, you become afraid, you begin to think, the fear setting, and you feel like, oh, I don't want to. So fear is actually a torment. And most time as parents, we also go through such fear for our children. We go through fear for what's going to happen tomorrow. What about tomorrow? The question of what if is not a bad question. It's not even um, a bad thing to have that fear, okay? So, fear is not a bad thing at all. It's a bad thing when you allowed the fear to consume you rather than you taking authority over the fear. Then you allowed fear to consume you. That is when it becomes a problem. If you want to join on the live stream, you can just send me a request. Or I didn't create a link here. Let me create an invite link for anyone that wants to join me on either YouTube. You can join me on YouTube. You can join me on Instagram or on TikTok. So, yeah.
Hello,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm from?
Are you okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, what's your fear? What fear? What makes you afraid?
Yeah, very good.
What makes you wake up in the morning and you think you're afraid? What are you afraid of?
Yeah,
You speak English?
50-50.
Okay, so if you understood my question, my question is what makes you afraid? What's your fear? Do you have any fear?
1 minute. 1 minute, please.
That's okay. Yes, everyone, you're welcome. So we are talking about fear, and I have discussed, fear. There are different types of fear. Some people, there are different types of fear, and according to the Bible in Second Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, the Bible says that for God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. And the thought of God for us is of good and for us to have expected end. So if fear is not from God, then where it's very likely to originate from. Where do you think fear originates from? If God has not given us the spirit of fear, is if God has not given of us the spirit of Fear. Where do you think fear comes from? And again, I asked a question and said, what is your fear? What makes you feel afraid? So what do you understand by fear? What does fear means to you? To me, according to the dictionary, it says that fear is a fake evidence that appear real. It could be the thought that you have in your mind that is appearing like it's real. And when you begin to, harbor the thought in your mind about something, it comes out to look like reality. You can leave me a comment to let me know what your fear is. Just drop me a comment. And if you want to come up, you can also come up and let's chat. So thank you so much for joining my live stream. Click on the like button and tap on the screen for people to come in. So if you're joining me on YouTube, thank you for coming. And thank you for all my subscribers. I really, in fact, let me share this with my TikTok people. I've not been on my YouTube for a long time, and I started doing my gratitude workout because, like the Bible says, fear is a torment. And for God has not given us the spirit of fear. So when I started doing the gratitude workout, I just do add some, I repurpose it and post on my TikTok. And my TikTok is growing like I'm so grateful. My everybody, they're liking it, and I really appreciate my TikTok fans. Thank you for not letting me down. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys for your time, for spending time just stopping by to watch what I'm creating really makes me excited and happy. So thank you guys for doing that for me. Yeah. So if fear is a fake evidence that appear to be real, then this means that fear is the expectation of an evil occurrence or danger that almost never materialize in the way that is expected. Okay? It is about imagined evil when you begin to imagine something, because fear, anxiety brings great fear. So when you begin to think of the negative, it becomes something that you begin to see. You go to sleep and you're seeing the same thing over and over again in your dream, and it becomes a torment to you. So fear sets into motion a series of terrifying and possibilities within the mind of its victim. So if you begin to like think so much about what has happened, it becomes a problem, and you become terrified, and there's possibility that it might happen because you are harboring it in your mind. You have that thought that this thing might happen to me. Maybe somebody is telling you, oh, when I was going through this, or I had a bad dream, then you just imagine what the person has told you, and that fear just click into your mind. And before you know it, it becomes a torment. And you can't sleep because of the story somebody just told you, or maybe because of the kind of testimony that you just listened, or something that you've watched online, maybe something that somebody has shared with you, and that begins to hurt you. God gave me this thing this morning, and I thought I should come and share with everybody. So at this point, let me know if you're still here with me. What is that thing that causes you fear whenever you think of it? Whenever you think of it, it becomes a problem to you, creates that fear. Thanks for coming. Millie Ampton, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. If you are joining me from YouTube, thank you. And remember to subscribe, like, and share. This is a live stream. My name is Mary. I am a creative entrepreneur. I coach people and I help people with their startup because I have been running my business as a serial entrepreneur. I've been running my business for a while now, and I know all the pitfalls. So, if I have learned all these and I know them, I use it to help other people in order to overcome the pitfall which I have gone through. So, if you are starting a business and you need help, just reach out to me on no account, no cost. Just reach out to me. Tia Babi. Let me see. Hi, Tia. Yes, it has been a long time. I've not been really coming live because I've been very busy. How are you doing? I'm good. You're looking good with your on your DP. Yes. Yeah. So I'm talking about Torment. It seems you're playing match, right? Okay, that's fine. So your baby is saying hello to me. Hi, baby. Holy blessing. Hi, blessing. Brazing son. Sorry. Don't mind me. I'm very bad with name. And Williams, thanks for coming. So, what types of fear? We have different types of fear, and I'm going to start with examples of fear. And before then, there are two types of, in fact, there's several kinds of fear. We have the godly fear, is a re is a fear that we show to our God. Fear, when you say you fear God, it's not like you're afraid of God, but you're showing him respect. And we say you fear God because you're respecting him. It's not like you fear him because he's gonna do anything bad to you, he's going to kill you, he's going to do whatever, but you're just showing God that respect. So the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. When you respect God, is the beginning of wisdom. You get knowledge, you get power, you get strength. God gives you everything when you respect Him. It is godly fear that makes us relate to God with respect and honor without disobedience. When you respect God, you honor Him, you respect Him, you listen to Him, and you ask Him for guidance, ask Him for direction, and He gives freely because the Bible says, ask, it shall be given. So God's fear is respect, is wisdom and understanding. Okay. Now, ungodly fear. Ungodly fear is a painful emotion that originates from expectation of evil or danger. When your mind is, roaming around, and getting to go to places that you're not supposed to go to, because what we see has the power to come back to hurt us. It comes with anxiety and leads to enslavement. This kind of fear is demonic. If you are going through such fear, then it is demonic. So you need to detach yourself from such um, fear. You need to detach yourself from such fear. If you are going through such fear, you need to really detach yourself from it. And I'm going to give you some examples of fear. And I will be happy if you can share this stream, like my life. It's optional, but if you do that for me, it's a way of showing love and supporting me. And you would also be happy if I come to your stream and like your stream. So if you're happy to do that, I'll really appreciate, because I share and I tap on the screen. Even if you're not giving me gift, you can tap on the screen, you can share my stream as well. Okay. You can also watch me on YouTube because I'm live now on my YouTube. Okay. And this is what I like to do. So I'm here just to share something that will change your life. Safari, thanks for joining. So I'm going to share with you example of ungodly fear. So when you have the fear of man, some people are, most people have the fear of man, but they don't have the fear of God. Like I said earlier in my introduction, the fear of God is not like you are afraid of God because he's going to smack you, he's going to send thunders and whatever to hit you. No, 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 that's not it. The fear of God is the respect that you have for God, is the honor that you show to him, is the praises that you give to him, is the acknowledgement that he is the keeper of your soul, is the acknowledgement of knowing that he is the honor of your life and he is the author and the finisher of your faith. That's what it means. It's not that God is going to do anything bad to you, okay? But when you begin to to show that same fear to man, then you are really creating fear for yourself. Most of us, we are afraid of man. We tend to worship man more than we worship God. Does that make sense to us? We tend to fear man more than we fear God, or we tend to respect man more than we respect God. Then you tend to treat people you are afraid of differently to others. You will always want to please them, and even if it involves doing something wrong. If you fear somebody, then you might even tend to do something not, that you think. So my YouTube people, I'm going to be sharing a video here. Let me just quickly share video on my TikTok. Okay, thank you for joining. And if you are coming in late to watch, um, I'm here for you. Okay, let's just do that together. So example of ungodly fear includes fear of man. You tend to respect man more than you respect God. You tend to worship man more than you worship your God. The fear of unknown, the fear of unknown. You worry and you worry and you worry too much about everything in your life. You just keep worrying. The fear of unknown can be that you're afraid of your job, you're afraid of your boss, you're afraid of, excuse me, I'll be with you guys. Thanks for joining. Kindly share the live, kindly like my stream. So we've talked about the fear of unknown. And one of those things, the fear of unknown, this generates insecurity about your future. You're worried about your future. You're worried about tomorrow. You're worried about your job. You're worried about your career. You're worried about your school. You're worried about everything. That is the fear of unknown. And the fear of unknown is really a torment because it can push you into doing the things that you wouldn't originally like to do. And how do we, it drives you to make a series of ungodly efforts and decision to protect your future. You may commit the sin of covetousness in the attempt to secure your future. Some of us, we go through the extent of, seeking for help instead of seeking for God's help, for God to help us. We tend to just put our trust and hope in man rather than putting our trust and hope in God. Number three, the fear of danger. The fear of danger. Some of us, most people are afraid of danger. Let me just use myself as an example. I was going somewhere today and I do not like driving on the motorway. So I needed to, because I wasn't driving, and when I got to the bridge where I was meant to cross over to the other side, I couldn't just cross the road because it was a motorway and they have this overhead bridge. And going through the overhead bridge, because it's open, you can still see the cars, running, moving side by side. And that really scares me a lot. So that kind of fear makes me to begin to, my legs to begin to wobble. I don't know if you've watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So that kind of height where they go up and then they drop them down, that's the kind of fear I was going through. And that was really scary for me. So that is the fear of unknown. Those are the kind of fear that nothing is going to happen, but because we just feel, oh, I cannot, it makes me dizzy. I'm afraid of heights. You know, you just keep seeing that kind of a thing. And also in our workplaces, thought on Jimmy Carter. Thank you, Jimmy, for coming. I really appreciate. Thank you, Jimmy. No Sheriff, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Please like this stream for me as well. So fear of danger, because we are afraid of danger, maybe in the office, that can even push us to doing something that is not believable. We might want to protect ourselves from people in the office, from some people that you feel might hurt in your office, maybe because of their utterances, maybe because of what you just feel not secure in that office, not being safe. And you might also go out of your way. Thank you, Nourish. Do you believe that there's someone out there for everyone? In terms of, in terms of, we need to come together and make world a better place. I really totally agree with you. We really need to come together and make the world a better place for us to live in peace, for us to live in unity, and to continue to be safe. Because if you're not safe, leaving your house, you're not safe. You don't trust your neighbors. You don't even trust your bosses in the office. How can you go out? It means the place you're not at peace because you're afraid. You're constantly afraid of something. You're worried. You are anxious, and anxiety. It's really, you know, um, evil. Is one of the fear that most people go through these days. Another one of the fear is fear of condemnation. Fear of condemnation, this is a fear that arises when a fault is committed. Most people just get anxious, afraid of negativity. Yeah, this fear of negativity, when people gang up on you and they condemn you, even when you are not, even when someone, you just feel you did the right thing, you know what you're doing, you believe in it, you're sure, and somebody just feel that they always have they constantly have something to tell you that you're not doing right. So that fear of condemnation can send you into can give you panic attack, can cause you to even think of doing something wrong. Even the justice system can be corruption at times. Yes, we have that, and favoritism as well in court. So fear of condemnation, this is a fear that arises when a fault is committed. You hide or lie when you make a mistake or do something wrong because of the fear of being rebuked. Children, thank you, Aya Phyllis, for following me. Thank you. So many people guilty. Yeah. So most people, when you commit crimes, when you do something wrong, you are afraid because you don't want people to condemn you, you don't want to be chastised, you're afraid, what will people say, what will I do, where will I go to, how do I come out and face this thing. So because of that, you might choose not to even say the truth. You might choose to just cry in your bedroom and become afraid, and you keep hiding and hiding and hiding for fear of being rebuked. So one of the things that God had said is that we should, be open, and we should be able to acknowledge whatever we have done that we think, even if you've hurt your neighbor, you've hurt anybody, be open, go to the person and ask for forgiveness. We should learn to be honest in dealing with men. We should learn to be honest in dealing with ourselves, because you are the most important person. That's what I keep telling everybody, that you as an individual, you are the most important person in your life. And if you are not honest with yourself, who are you going to be honest to? Who are you going to talk to? You need to be honest with yourself. You need to hold on to your head and say, I did this, I am sorry. It doesn't matter what is going to cause you, but at the end of the day, you are going to be very happy that you did what you did by acknowledging and accepting that you were at fault. You need to be bold enough to tell the truth and apologize for the error committed. Thank you for staying by, Norishi. No, I don't want to mess up your name because I'm not really good at, I can't pronounce your name properly. And good morning. Thank you, good morning, for joining. Please tap on the screen and let people come in and benefit on what we are sharing. Thank you. So another type of fear that people go through in life is the fear of failure. People get afraid of failure. There's no one that will say, oh, I like failure. Nobody likes failure. Nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to be seen as a failure. Let me see whether I followed her. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give her a follow. So nobody wants to be seen as a failure in any area of their lives. So people try to hide when they are not succeeding. People tend to hide when it doesn't go in their favor. This is the fear that makes you avoid trying new things because you don't want to fail. When people fail, they don't want to try new things. If you fail doesn't mean you have failed. It's just that you're going to build on what you have learned already. In order not to fail, you're going to learn from where what you think went wrong. You're going to reflect and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? What did I do that I didn't do this time? Remember, if you fail the first time, you don't succeed. You have to keep trying. You have to just keep trying. You might get it at last, but if you fail and then you run away, it means you're not going to succeed. And for how long are you going to succeed? That's the question we should ask ourselves. If you keep running away because you've made mistakes, where is your hiding place? How are you going to show that you have learned what you started? Okay, so the next one is the fear of failure. Like I said, this is the fear that makes you avoid trying new things because you don't want to fail. If you have failed in certain things in the past, when you attempt to try them again, the devil will remind you. The devil will remind you that, oh, remember you fell. Why do you want to try it again? You're going to fail again. You're going to fail again. And then your heart keep beating. Especially if people that you trust so much failed you, you might not want to try again. You might not want to try again. You might be wondering, oh, no, I'm not doing it again. If that is how it is, I'm not, you know. The fear, you surrender and accept defeat because you believe you can't defeat your enemies. Then you have the fear of exposure. Fear of exposure. Some people have fear of exposure. This kind of fear comes when somebody in your life holds certain secrets about you. That is blackmailing. When somebody holds certain secrets about you, this can make you pay excessive attention or offer unjustified respect to the person who knows your secret, right? You then you turn the person into an idol because you are afraid of him or her exposing your secret, and you become vulnerable to your manipulations, to their manipulation. So they can manipulate you, they can manipulate your mind, they can just do anything to make sure you're not out of where you are, because they might feel oh, if this person is doing this to me, I'm going to expose you, I'm going to expose you. Because of that thought of being exposed, you might want to like hide without coming out. And what does that do to you? What does that do to you? So you have to the fear of other gods. Some people believes in one small God, like the Bible says that some trust in chariot and some trust in horses, but I trust in the Lord my God. So depending on what you're trusting in, what you're believing in, some people trust in something. So whatever you're believing, if it's not helping you, then you are wasting your time. So it's time for you to leave whatever you're believing that does not work for you, and then get on the jump. In fact, have a very big jump into the other side where you will see the Almighty God in power working in your favor. Do not waste your time trying to worship other gods. Then some people are afraid of fear of battle. And the Bible makes me know that nobody can battle with God. You can't battle with God no matter what. Nobody can battle with him. Nobody can fight him. God is not a man. So he said, cast your burden onto me. Whatever the problem is, whatever you're going through, just cast it onto the Lord. He's more than able to help you. This kind of fear usually comes when you are fighting against stronger enemies. People just gang up and hate you. They become your enemies unnecessarily. They become your competition, even when you're not competing with them, even when there's no need for that. They just make you feel like, oh, they just make you feel like you are their competition, whereas you're not. So what do? You have to take it to God in prayer. Okay? This can make you accept defeat even before the battle begins. You surrender and accept defeat because you believe you can't defeat your enemies. Fear of other gods. We've talked about that one. Believing in some kinds of magic, some kinds of uh, makes believe. This kind of fear makes you afraid of people who have supernatural powers, such as witches, witch doctors, shamans, and other things like that. This fear can deceive some people into forming alliance, can make people form alliance with agents of darkness just to be alive, just to say stay with themselves, just to be safe. Whereas it doesn't look safe for them, but because they feel if I do this, I will be safe. I'm trying to ping in some people from TikTok, okay? So hold on for me, some YouTube people. Thank you if you're just joining into my live stream. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and thank you for all your support, especially on my YouTube. You guys are awesome. I really love you guys. Thank you for all the subscribers, all my subscribers, the new ones that are joining. I'm going to be creating such content for you guys. I know you love it. And if you want to join my workout tomorrow, the gratitude workout, is going to be 10 o'clock GMT. So look out for your local time. Thank you for joining. I see you. I see your eyes. Thank you for joining. So tomorrow you can join me on my gratitude workout, and let's beat loneliness. Let's beat depression, anxiety. Let's just stay fit. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Wherever you are joining from, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, YouTube. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So meanwhile, let me drink some water. The weather is really hot. I have my bottle of water here, so I'm going to drink. Natalie, thank you for joining. So I was talking about fear. Fear is a torment. And I ask, drop a comment. What's your fear? What does fear do to you? Or have you ever seen anybody who is in that bondage? Because fear is bondage. Fear is bondage. I tell you, it is a bondage. Fear of death. This kind of fear hinders people from taking any risk. Most people don't like flying because they think, oh, what if the plane crashed? If the plane crashed, what happened? What if I have an accident? They said there's armed robbers on that road. They said there's knife crime on that road. What if something happened? They just keep lamenting and lamenting, fear of death. If you don't travel, whether you travel, whether you don't travel, whether you're going by air, you're going by road, what will be will be. It's better for you to take action than remaining in one place and keep thinking and allowing the fear to lock you in. Once you are living in fear, that is when depression sets in. That is when you become anxious. That is when you become your old self. You start hating yourself because you wouldn't want to see the next day, even to step out of your house, you'll be afraid. So you don't want such fear to lock you in. You need to be out and about. As you're going out, you need to know that God got you, that He knows you and He knows your name. Before you're going out, He knows that you need to be in that place. And you just say, God, as I'm going out, You know me, and I know you. I am your child. As I'm going there, Lord, prepare the place for me. Direct me to be at the right place at the right time. So, the fear of death, this kind of fear hinders people from taking any risk. They don't take risk, raising to any challenges or confronting any dangers because the fear of death. They live a restricted life and have no achievements. When you're living a restricted life, no, I'm not doing that. Even to do exercise, oh, my back is paining me. Ah, my back is paining me. That is fear. If I do it, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Meanwhile, you've not even tried because you don't want to, like, you're afraid of death. You've forgotten that some people just stay in their house and something just happened. Sometimes you may stay in your house and the car just ram into the house and hit someone, something you didn't plan for. So it doesn't really matter. We have to take risk. People that take risk are you there? Who is this? Afro this year. Thank you, Afro. Thank you for coming in. God bless you for joining my stream. Long time. So they live a restricted life and have no achievements. That is, people that do not take risk. History has shown that those who fear death are never live, they don't live long. I miss your exercise. You do, but you didn't come exercise. Okay, last Saturday I was in Barcelona. Last Saturday I was in Barcelona. Who is this guy? Let me see your face. I can't recognize you from here. Legal icon. Let me go to your page now and see who you are. Last Saturday I was actually in Barcelona. So I did a lot of exercise. I think I posted some things there. And it was really nice. Even though I went to the beach, I was still doing exercise. So I didn't stop. I hope you're going to join me tomorrow. How can I forget you, Aphrodisia 101? How can I forget you? Where did I even meet him? I can't forget you. I don't forget my friends. It's just maybe you've changed your name. Maybe you've changed your name. So I'm streaming on YouTube as well. Okay. One of your foremost friend in this app. Let me look for you now. Let me look for you. I'm going to find you, okay? So YouTube people, I need to find this guy. I'll come back to you guys. Just wait for me. Let me look for who this person is. They will come like this, my friend. Maybe he's always hiding and I never see him. Hmm? Maybe I never see you live. Aphrodisc. Let me invite him to come so that I can see his face. If you're not coming with your face, I'm not going to bring you in. Oh. Are you coming with your face? Tell me first before I bring you in. Because I am talking about important things here. We are talking about fear. Fear is a torment. Oh, okay. Because I have not been around as well. I've not been on TikTok in a while, so maybe that's why. Yeah. So fear of death, like I said, that the fear of pain, people just carry pain in their heart. This kind of fear makes you avoid any exercise that involve physical or emotional pain. You see, this sort of fear, but no issues. Oh, that's fine. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. You're my guest, okay? Let me see if I can invite you in. So let me talk to this guy. Um, So fear of pain, this kind of fear makes you avoid any exercise. Aphrodisc.
Yes, dear. Well, there is no light here. Place is dark. So even if I want to turn my camera, you may not see my face clearly.
Yeah.
But let me just I will sit several. We'll be friends um, for a long time. I know you've always been very busy now.
Mm-hmm.
Not too frequent, like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it happens.
Is it Daniel? Are you Daniel?
Asking you,
Are you Daniel?
I am not Daniel. Mary, I am not Daniel. This is me. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you now.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now. How are you? Oh, yeah, I can see you now. Good to see you. I've not been coming live at all. Sometimes when I come live, let me just finish with the YouTube. I'm going to round up now, then I will come to TikTok, okay? Sorry about that. So, like I was
Okay,
saying,
you're on YouTube.
yes,
Where do you live?
I'm streaming both. So fear of pain, this kind of
Oh, okay.
fear makes you avoid any exercise that involves physical or emotional pain. If you are afraid of pain, you will always seek the easy route in whether you do or you don't do. That reminds me, tomorrow is my exercise. So join me tomorrow by 10 a.m., okay? Look out for your own local time. That's 10 a.m.
Let
GMT.
me. The other one, I joined you in the other one, but I couldn't finish up because you're trying to place the camera at the proper place where you can have a good view.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go to work. I
Mm.
took off. But the other day but I will try and meet up tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll ping you in tomorrow. Let me just round up with them here. So, this sort of fear, and you will avoid any tax that causes pain, despite the benefit. People that fear pain don't pursue big dreams. Tomorrow, come and walk out. I have learned today where I've walked about how many miles today? I walked about 3 miles today, and I didn't even feel anything. When I got home, I was like, oh, how did I even, I walked faster than the bus. If I had waited, when I got to the bus stop, it was about 16 minutes. And I asked myself, how long is this place? I can walk. So where I was going was about 30 minutes. I said, if I wait here 16 minutes plus 30 minutes, I can just do that before the bus comes. And that was exactly what I did. So if you are coming tomorrow, come with everything. Just come and it's not a competition. It's just something that keeps you fit, something that just relieve. When you see people, you talk to people, you interact, and even you'll be feeling so good with yourself. You'll be feeling light, you become very happy and excited. So I'm inviting everybody tomorrow on YouTube, on TikTok to join me tomorrow by 10 a.m. Look, GMT. Look out for that in your own area, what time it is, and join me live. And you will never regret. I've been doing this for over 3 years. The gratitude walk, that gratitude walk. Just show God that you're grateful for whatever God has done for you. Okay, so I'm going to see you again next time whenever